high school is good, college is okay lang. Hey everyone! Welcome to another episode of our Share the Safe Space Kamusta Couch podcast. I am Charity.
And I'm Gwyneth,
Your safe space. So with us today, we are very privileged to have with us our Miss Valencia 2023. Miss Gwyneth, can you introduce yourself to us? Your age, your course, anything interesting about you?
Alright, so I'm Mary Gwy. I go by the name Gwy. I'm 19 years old and I actually won Miss Valencia 2023 when I was 18 years old. I'm also an incoming freshman at Central Mindanao University. And fun fact, I did not enroll in the course that I desired to enroll since I was a kid. So right now, I'm at my second choice, but I really see that as a redirection.
Can I ask, what, say mo first choice you na course?
Accountancy, but now I'm enrolled at Bachelor of Science in Management Accounting.
Oh, right. My sister is also an accountancy graduate, but and yeah, I hope that with the path that you are in right now, no, kay kaning you will still be fulfilled. You will still feel fulfilled sa kanang imong path yun as a incoming college student. So, high school is good. College is okay lang. Coming from someone nga.
You can never say it's good.
Yeah. So, karon Gwy, I know that you ka lang ka na-graduate from grade 12, right? With all the achievements nga katong nakanada to sa post nimo, and also with the pressure of, kanang enrolling sa enrolling sa college. How have you been so far from 1 to 10? 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. Kamusta ka?
Honestly, I'm at a 7 right now. Kaya wala ko na-expect nga. Enrollment pa lang stressful na di siya. Especially when I said nga earlier, wala ko na-enroll yun sa ako ang desired nga course. So that's why it was pretty stressful for me. Kaya as an excelling student yun, gusto ko nga, of course, what I set my mind into, kung unsa akong plan, so mo jud na akong sundon. But unexpectedly, na-redirect ko. So, of course, that was stressful, and at first, wala kay nako na kuha ako unsaon man ko ni pag-handle. But you know what? I'm at the point in my life nga kinahanglan ako accept ang realities of life and use that really as a motivation that this will make me stronger, this will make me wiser, and this will be for my good na din in the future.
Yeah, definitely. And even to you who nga gatanaw karon,
yes,
definitely maka-understand pod gyud nga it's not always that we can get all the things that we want in life because nagi redirections. But as what Gwyneth said, no, and what as I have also learned from her from the very start pa lang karon is that it's a redirection to another path, and it will just make you wiser, and it will just make you to a better person that you are going to be. Definitely. And with all of the kanang chaos that's been happening, Gwyneth, unsay pinaka-highlight ato tanan? Unsay gi kanang natatak sa imong brain nga kaingon gi kag, God, I will never forget this.
It was really the controversy that surrounded after my raining moment, because there was a lot of comments coming from other people, not really knowing the entire story, and that was the moment that I really said nga, wow, this is traumatizing. And that really challenged me mentally, physically, because it came to a point that I really just cried myself to sleep, that my emotions were all around the room, that I cannot handle it. Also, that was the moment that I said na, hala, lisuda ka ni dili na lang jud ko muotro. But really, it was after that point nga na-realize na ako nga, I am this strong for me to be able to face this, and for me, or para sa life nga ibutang ko inani nga situation. Of course, I want to remind you lang po sa ato ang mga listeners karon nga, if you are put in a situation nga, it's very difficult nga you're doubting yourself na gyud, just remember that you are set in that place because you can do it. And if I can do it, of course na overcome yun ko to nga situation, then you can too. That's definitely what I learned.
Daghan yung kay, and I think marag na late ko ato og pagkabalo. But pagkabalo na ko, it must have been really hard for you. And you kanang nakabalo ka na same night na
Yeah.
pag-crown sa mga same night.
Just hours after I was crowned that the issue started circulating. So it was really kind of a moment that was robbed for me, because instead of celebrating, the happiness was then replaced with sadness, disappointment. But it's over now, and I'm at a place that I'm very satisfied with the redirection that happened to me. So balik sa redirection again, do not be afraid of redirection, because you will never know of the place that you will end up with when it comes to different paths. So don't be afraid lang dyan.
Yeah, definitely. And it's important as well nga. And I think mo po dang yung mga ibuhat na the moment you heard it, imuhang before actually getting to realize that there is redirection, you kind of like accepted and acknowledged the fact that okay, this is already happening, and what am I going to do moving forward, right?
You have to really process it. Like, you can't instantly do something about it, because that would mean that you're just being gadali-dali mo na.
True.
Nothing happens instantly, di ba? Your decisions in life, your achievements, it doesn't happen in just a snap of a finger. And it's the same thing pod when it comes to overcoming challenges. You have to go through it all. Even the kalisod, kalipay, o success, of course. Imo dyan i-process all in all. The good and the bad, take it with you.
Definitely, because I think most of the youth, especially now, kita tanan no nga kanang gapaminaw kay Gwyneth karon, and even kanang sa ako and to you as an audience, we sometimes kind of feel like we want things directly handed to us. Okay, gusto ko ani nga thing, then I should get it on the first try. But that's the thing, we can't get it, right? And then there will be really points where kanang naagig ka sa rock bottom, and that will just be there for a while. Pero the thing is that kining after you acknowledge and accept it, nagi redirection after.
And the thing with being in a place o kanang rock bottom, when you're at rock bottom na gyud, there's no way or there's no other place to go but up. So that's what you should always think about when you're at a rock bottom. After that, you will always go up. So things will get better. Again, there's a rainbow after the rain, anak sila, di ba? And also, you mentioned nga lagi isod kay sa tuwa karon nga, of course we want everything yun nga handed directly to us, but we're afraid to try again. So ana pa ko sa kong preliminary question and answer sa una nga, do not let your fear of defeat mangle with your attempt to success. So try and try and try and try lang yun. Because fear can sometimes mangle jud with your attempt to overcoming challenges, but don't let fear yun handle yourself or dominate you. Let your drive for success be your motivation and be your force in order to get out of that rock bottom.
Yeah, and kanang dira pa rin mo gawas ang imuhang being brave regarding your situation. Like, you are really afraid of what might happen again. But that's the thing about bravery as well. It's knowing that you are
afraid,
pero you are still going in that direction.
Yes.
And you're really brave, no? After that, after everything that happened, you brave out you to ni mga kanang issues nga, etc. Nga nahitabo after that. And look at where you are now. Grabe. This is Gwyneth, everyone. Grabe na siya kayang achievements. And with that achievements, she has hit rock bottom. And now, nana siya sa taas. And definitely, healing is not linear as well. So there will be times that you are down, you are up. But the thing is that you know yourself.
Yes.
Nana siya. So with everything na nachikahan na to sa atong preliminary na questions. Prelim pa to siya nga questions. So, Karon Gwy, with everything that happened, how would you describe mental health personally?
Personally, You know what? Daghan kay definition sa mental health nga sometimes dili na nako mismo ma-define. And I think nga it's the same way pod sa atong audience na sa atong listeners nga what is mental health? Daghan kay kabasa on social media, what's this, what's that, daghan kay dictates ako. But for me, honestly, it became a feeling. Like it's a sense of satisfaction, it's a sense of acknowledgement of where I am right now. How am I doing things alone or with other person? Really, it's a coherent and wholesome feeling of being able to acknowledge myself in whatever I do in life every day.
And Karon, why, like, what's your relationship with your mental health, Karon? And kaning how has it evolved from like over time, especially from last year?
I really think that I'm in a good place with my mental health right now. I feel like I have been so much better than last time. Again, that was really a time nga na-challenge gid ko, like gitry gid og break ang akong pulse, ang ako yung gibuild nga strength ato mentally, but really it has evolved in a way nga makaingon ko nga although it's not perfect, but it's strong.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
thriving.
So, coming from all of that, Gwy? Oh, is that Mary? Yeah. I think I'll call you Mary.
It's much easier.
Yeah, much easier. And di na ko ma-butcher ang imong name nga Gwyneth dapat. Yung tawagan ti ka Gwy. So, Mary, wow, that's a cool name. So, Mary, from all of the issues that has surfaced, like for you, how did you navigate between all of that? Because I know that even after now, even magbaklik as a streets or even like sa normal nga social media nga kuan nimo, posts nimo, there will still be bits and pieces of like the issue daw. So, how do you navigate? You know, saan na nimong navigate nga mabalance gyapon gyud nimo imong mental health and kanang sa thought ba nga naa gyapon na existing gid na gyapon?
It's really a matter of how I balance my emotions, you know, kay especially sa atong listeners karon, I think that it's a huge factor gid nga their emotions really dominate their selves or how they react and respond to certain situations. And it's the same way with me. Whenever I encounter random questions asking me nga ano inani ka, inana, I'll give myself 5 to 10 seconds to think, process all of it, of course, reassess my emotions before I act and before I respond. You know, kay sometimes we tend to act irrationally when we get emotions drive who we are, what our decisions are, you know. Sometimes it's our emotions are overwhelming. And in order for me to navigate these challenges, I'll call these challenges in life, in order for me to navigate those with balancing my mental health, of course, is first I have to reassess myself. Where do I lack? What do I have a problem with? And for me, that's handling my emotions and how those emotions tend to affect my decisions. So for you listeners out there, of course, learn how to control your emotions. Do not suppress them, but reassess yourself and navigate as to where you draw and cross the line when it comes to balancing and coordinating your emotions and your decisions.
Yeah, definitely. And I would like to highlight what Mary said of the 10-second na rule niya nga. Okay, this happened. I'm gonna take 10 seconds of my time to assess myself. What has this, like, how it affected me, and unsa siya katinuod sa ako ang situation karon. And it's very important to really highlight that, yes, because as what you have said, kining kuan siya niya na usually atong ginabuhat nga. For example, suko kay ta. So, mudiritsa rin ta og flare up. And then yeah, and I would like to highlight what you said, Pod, to you as an audience nga, we don't need to suppress our emotions. We need to feel it. And I would like to share like this technique as well that I do. So whenever I feel like most of the time, I would feel anxious going to school. Kay daghan kig tao, so I get overstimulated. And the first thing that I would do is that, okay, I feel anxious right now. So that's the first thing. And that's very important.
Yes.
Acknowledgement ba sa imong ginabati na nimo. And from that, ma-reassess mo gud nimo. Like you can look at yourself on a third view nga perspective gud.
Yeah, those 10 seconds really, it seems so little, but it can do so much. So you should rethink those 10 seconds of your life. You know, kay daghan gikag pwede mabot, you can also just breathe, and breathing just helps a lot. So, you know what? Rethink those 10 seconds of your life.
Yeah. So, ang title ng podcast is 10 Seconds with, with Mary. So, from that dayon, Mary, and I would like to ask this, if it's okay to ask, like, have you had, and I know I asked this behind the camera, but I would like the audience, you as an audience, to know about this, to nga, have you had any indifference to any of the candidates after the issue? Like, naka-hold ba ka grudge at some point? Nga na yung ka nga, oh my God, tungod gini kanya na. Have you ever had any of those emotions?
You know what? Ever since I joined pageantry, I've always tried to have a good relationship with my co-candidates. From Miss Teen Valencia to Miss Valencia, I've always carried that with me. And being the youngest jud sa among batch sa Miss Valencia, ako gyud pinakabata. I treated them like my big sister jud. Kumura jud ko gi-baby nila nga, ate, tabangis ako. Inana gud. So, when all of that happened, when all of the chaos happened, like everyone reached out to me just like what a big sister would do nga. Are you okay? How are you? And even with a certain candidate nga, ginasabong jud in on me, like she reached up to me gyud, and we talked things out, sorted things out. There was no indifference jud. Actually, there was just safe space.
Yeah.
There was just safe space
Oh
between
God.
us to talk it out and to sort it out, and how would we handle these things.
Definitely. Kay ang for me ha, as kanang someone nga kuan pug kayo og pageantry, like kanang interested pug ko. Okay, of course Filipinos are big into pageants, pageant fanatics gig ayo. Kanang ang gakasulod manggod sa, like ako ang gakakuha nga marang mga information kay halaka ilang families yani sila kay na sila indifference, etc. But then when I talk to you now, wala din nahitabo gid ay. So na clear out na to nato. So karon dayon Mary, unsay ga take up sa imong time, like aside from the pageantry nga ga in and out ka sa imuhang mga responsibilities, karon nga enrolled na ka sa management accounting, kana unsay what's the next step for you?
Honestly, the next step for me is to bury myself in books. You know what? Daghan na like precautions, warnings nga this will take so much of your time, this will take half of your life, Jod, nga you will be kanang sleeping with books na lang yun. So, I plan to do that na lang yun. Thank you sa warning/tips ninyo diha. But other than that, of course, karon ang ga-take up it sa akong time is ang akong extracurricular or mga racket at tawagon pa nila mo. Yeah, racket. Hosting gigs. I've also been courtside reporter for a certain league recently here in Valencia po. So, my responsibilities was as a judge, carrying with me the title of Miss Valencia. So far, that's what I've been doing these days.
Wow, that's so much. Kaka-amaze ko nga you still have the time to like even sit down with us karon no nga kening to talk about your untold stories sa mua. And from that dayon, Mary, like going into management accounting, I would like to touch on this subject as well. Is kening what's the story behind it? No, na ato ang nakuha na you wanted to take accountancy and then ka sa management accounting. So what's the story even from childhood dream to now?
Okay, now, taas yun siya, but I'll make this short now. Ever since I was a kid, I've always had this keen interest with mathematics that whenever I solve a certain problem, I would just get that satisfaction. You remember that high when I get that? And so I was joining math quiz and then the accountancy program was then introduced to me since my aunt was also taking that course. And so I was really interested. And then I conditioned my mind and myself that I will excel in these subjects. I will take up this strand because I want to be an accountant someday. But then, lo and behold, the CMU cat. Unfortunately, my raw score was short by 1 point only. That was disappointing. That was really a big thing for me. was challenging, of course. That actually made my enrollment process stressful. But, I saw that again as a redirection. Maybe accountancy right now is not for me. Maybe I'll take another path. But I remembered what I said earlier na do not be afraid to go to another path because the destination you might end up to, you will never think that you can never expect jud what ka na unsay may atuan nimo ana na destination. So don't be afraid. So I enrolled with MA na even though I still yearn for you, accountancy, I still yearn for you, pero basig kami jud ni management accounting. Basig kami lang sa gid karon. Kuhon ikaw na pod.
Definitely. And I think daghan po kayo makagets ana especially you nga nagtan-aw karon sa podcast of kanang nata sa season ba nga pa-start tayo na ang school year and it's a new start for everyone. And kani gina moments where disappointments because kaning either dili makuha sa
ilang desired nga course, sa desired nga university, makaingon na lang sila akong mga taught God, the one that away na lang yun. But, you know what, it's okay. It's part of life that you don't get what you want always. That's really the hurtful realities of life. But that's also the most important thing or the most important lesson that you can learn. That after everything that has happened, you learn from it. Ano lang yun siguro.
And I think the most important thing pod, which is what I have also gathered from you, is you focus on what you can control, good Mary.
That's true.
From everything that you've said, na-highlight kay nako, especially to me as a listener as well, nga kanang ga-focus ka sa mga things nga pwede nimo mabuhat and ga-focus ka sa future nga pwede nimo i-make sa imong kagalingon.
Because honestly, the path to your dreams is not linear, di ba? There can be zigzags, mazes, so focus on where you are right now and dream about where you'll be the next day and work on what you want for today.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. Work on what you want for today. Let's all remember that. You, me, and also Mary. Yeah. So, karon Mary, that, kanang naana ka diri karon and you are in the middle of this life nimo, mag-start ka, pero you're also ending your high school life and you're starting another adventure. What do you feel sa imong kwan karon about where you are in your life right now?
Honestly, excitement. Ending a journey is not new for me kay ikaduha and ko nag-transfer og school when I was in junior high school. So I ended my journey in a previous school, then started another one here, and all throughout those school hopping, I'll call it
school hopping.
I really had good memories. I met new people, learned new things, had so many different opportunities, made so much connections, and now that I'm starting a new journey again, I'm really looking forward to what I can do and what will happen to me in the future. So you who are listening, always be excited for the future because you'll never know what awaits you.
Yeah, nakoy fun fact for you and for you as an audience as well. So sometimes we get nervous, right? When we try new things. But the thing is, and according to science, excitement and nervousness is the same feeling. It's the same feeling.
When you actually feel nervousness, it's not the same as excitement, because I don't know. I just cannot. I cannot process it that they're the same feeling. I don't know,
You shake kung excited ka. Go palpitate imong heart kung nervous ka. It's the same as excitement. It's about how you condition your mind going into that.
Is it how you think?
Yeah.
Because they manifest the same. I mean, they manifest the same
physical
things that happen to you. They manifest the same thing, but it's what's really on your mind.
Really on your mind.
It's really what's on your mind because in your heart you can't feel anything, but you're just your heart just trying to get out of your chest. Muna lang manggid imong gagafeel and the sweats coming out of your palms. Pero at the back of your head, siguro mo na jud
Yeah.
either fear or excitement na nara sa imong head. So, probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I'm still trying to process it, and I'm actually really amazed. Maybe I'll read on that later. It's actually a hobby of mine, reading random trivias, facts, articles, para randomly pag may conversation nga ma-relate and ko, did you know that? So it's been a hobby of mine.
Yeah, definitely. Let's explore more on that.
Don't forget to explore Jude. It's very nice to know. Thank you for that fun fact. I'm actually just having fun with the fact. I really remember that and try to read on that later.
Okay, the moment I knew po, sa kana, bitay ko nga, oh my God, tinood, diba? So, every time dayon yan, na yung mga same nga emotions ba? Akong ginaingon ka, yes, excited ako. Pero, kanang sa heart ko, from kulmaan ko eh. Yeah, naragit siya sa mindset tanan. Yeah.
Alrighty, so karon Gwy, after everything no, with you sa management accounting, sa kuan, even sa pageantry and all of the rackets, as what you have said, can you share at least 3 coping strategies that kanang imuhang gina-practice sa imuhang self nga nakapahelp gyud sa imuha to like find the balance of having a good mental health?
Alright, so personally, these 3 strategies of mine is to feel, to think, and then to react or act. You know, first, of course, you need to feel your emotions. You know, acknowledge yourself, acknowledge what you feel about the situation, especially your emotions. Okay, your emotions can play a huge factor yun in how you react to things. So, don't forget to acknowledge them yun. So, your emotions can trigger perhaps an adrenaline rush sometimes. You can handle magically a ton of things. So, really use your emotions to your advantage. But of course, before you can do that, before you use those emotions into your best friends perhaps, acknowledge them first. Then of course, think, assess your situation, assess yourself, rethink your emotions, balance them. You know what, kinahanglan gid kayo nga huna-hunaon sa nimo kung asa ka karon, unsay mong buhaton sunod, what are your plans. Because without thinking, unsa man imong buhaton, you can't just jump into conclusions or jump into reactions na dito. So of course, feel, then think. Then of course, you react. You do what you intended or what you plan to do. Mura gyud na akong ginabuhat in order to navigate through difficulties and of course by maintaining my mental health as good.
So feel, atong trohon.
Feel, think, react.
And yeah, simple ra kay siya pero very effective yun kayo siya, especially with kana incorporating it with your 10-second rule.
10 seconds rule.
So during the 10 seconds, like I feel, think, react.
Yeah.
So sa kana dayon Mary. Kana dayon Mary kining sa like we are very thankful for this opportunity.
Yes, I'm also very thankful to share this safe space with you and of course with you.
Yeah, definitely. And we're really privileged, especially ng Miss Valencia 2023 gid mo ang kasit down the ring. So the whole time I was like, oh my God, I'm talking to her. Kanang nana siya nga feeling. So thank you kayo for your time and for sharing your safe space sa ang Kamusta Couch na podcast. And from this, if you are struggling with redirection, with failure, and kanang with handling your emotions, you can always go to our safe space group called Mindanaoan Safe Space Confessions, where a mental health professional, all for free, and a safe space people like Mary and the rest of the crew of Halad to Health and all of the members would support you in your victories, in your sadness, and all of your success and failures. We will be there and we will help you go through the journey of having a well na mental health natong tanan. So Mary will be there with you sa Mindanaoan Safe Space Confessions, and we will be there for you. So see you in August. If you want to learn more about redirection, failures, and handling emotions, you can catch us on the month of August. We will be talking to a mental health professional there. Alrighty. Any last words, Mary?
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and for all the listeners out there. Whatever you're going through, you can always do it. Just believe in yourself lang yun, and take care of yourself always. Wala yun to. So that's it, I think.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
For this opportunity.
Mary Gwy. Thank you so much
Stop
for this
butchering my
opportunity.
name.
Oh my God, ginabutcher na ako. Thank you so much, Mary. And Mary will catch you on Mindanaoan Safe Space Confessions with all her. Did you know that this happened? With all her trivias and everything.
Fun facts.
Fun facts. So thank you so much. This is Charity,
And this is Gwyneth.
your safe space. Bye.